Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I wanted to start with this. A former SEC lawyer says that problems at Celsius Network will prompt federal regulators to increase their oversight over crypto. Well, never let a crisis go to waste. We knew this was coming. But here's the problem you have if you're out there, if you're like me, because I'm telling you exactly what I did. I took all my crypto off these exchanges because there's three people three groups I don't trust. First, the hackers that are trying to hack the exchanges, okay? They're trying to get to your crypto. Second, the scam exchanges and or companies that shut their doors down and tell their customers they can't get to their funds, the funds that are yours and mine, okay? And three, the regulators who are going to use this so that they don't want to ever let a crisis go to waste, the Gary Genslers of the world, I don't trust them either. No telling what they would try to do to, who knows, confiscate your stuff or whatever. So my point is, in telling you all that, is I'll put this in the very top of the description of this video. Put your digital assets on a Ledger NOS where you control the keys. That's what I do. I did it a few weeks ago, and I'm glad that I did. Now, I want to go through this thread with you because sometimes people come out of nowhere. I didn't even follow this person. I don't know who they are, but this one's interesting. A lot of people aren't, there's so many of these people who have disappeared off of Twitter that were like, they would tweet all these things that it just seemed right over the target and they all disappeared. Well, this person, whoever this is, just appeared out of nowhere. I wasn't even following them, and then they put this thread together. A lot of people aren't able to comprehend a 4 to 5 digit XRP. You see, during their entire time spent in crypto, they've been rugged by people, and they've watched nothing but proof of work, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all these BS things built on Ethereum. How many scams have been built on Ethereum? You see, during their entire time spent in crypto, they've been rugged by people with extremely large portions of crypto they either created or helped create. So when they hear Chris Larson or Jed McCaleb has X amount of XRP or whatever, remember, the same people who have been caught in scams and who have been pumping coins that ended up being scams, the same people that were that have been caught in all of that are the same ones who have been pointing at Ripple, calling it a scam for the last 8 years. That should tell you plenty. But so when they hear Chris Larson or Jed McCaleb has an obscene amount of XRP, they believe that if we get our wishes and we're alive to see 4 to 5 digit XRP, that they'd be able to just dump all their holdings into the market, call it a day, and go buy a yacht or something. You see, the thing is, Ripple is attempting to use XRP Center Stage and allow it to facilitate money from every direction capable, for example, FX, derivatives, etc. In order to do that, XRP could most likely be pegged by something every country can stand behind. What could back if you say, how about these to name a few? Precious metals, real estate, bonds, pretty much anything we consider valuable. In layman's terms, why flood the market with XRP when the value is so high? You'll pretty much be guaranteed that 10 XRP could last you a long while if you're an average Joe such as myself. But what about them, the true whales of the waters? Money is a complicated synchronization of moving parts. The value must be stable and high so that the system works smoothly without a hiccup. As you've learned recently from all the cascading effects of collapsing ecosystems such as Luna and even more recently Cell, liquidity is harder to come by than previously anticipated by the competitors currently in place to the consumer. With the amount of banks and institutions partnered with Ripple directly and by proxy, it should be painfully obvious where things are heading. My money's on XRP. Remember when I said the said they orchestrate everything in plain sight. I've never seen the word Ripple pop up. So many things in stores being spoken in conversation in most unordinary fashion. I know. Put a tinfoil hat on me. At least I'm optimistic in a world of pessimists. Time will tell. Well, so is the digital asset investor an optimist. The digital remember, you know, I see all the, I hear my friends, I see all these people, oh, you know, the market's down, are you worried, and all this bit. I hear all that stuff, and what I see, you know what my reply to them is, listen, I've been in this since 2013, and I've never sold my core XRP, ever, okay? I've been through 5 or 6 of these things. I don't even think about it anymore. The only thing I did differently in this one is I made sure, I've learned over time to make sure I have plenty of cash, and not just for protection, but enough cash where I can comfortably buy the dips in XRP and XLM, okay? And buy dips in other things, which I'm doing now. Okay, now, Max Kaiser, who is a Bitcoin Maxi gone wild, someone had tweeted out about XLM, and he says, Stellar XLM is centralized garbage. Avoid it. That is about as ignorant as anything you could hear. Now, we talked about the ProShares short Bitcoin ETF. Here's a little video they put together on it. This was them covering this. Let me see if I can get that going.
If you're looking for a way to bet against Bitcoin at this point, ProShares is launching the first Bitcoin short ETF today, trading under the ticker BITI. It brings in the inverse daily performance of the S&P Bitcoin Futures Index. Here to discuss ProShares global investment strategist, Simeon Hyman. Simeon, it's great to have you with us. Let me get this right. The expense ratio for this ETF is 2%. Is that right?
95 basis points for the ETF. And in fact, that actually stacks up quite favorably. I mean, it's very difficult to short Bitcoin. And if you could pull it off at one of the exchanges, the cost to borrow go up to as high as 20%. So we're really pleased to offer this solution for offering short exposure to Bitcoin. And of course, that is the perfect pair to BITO, the long futures-based ETF that we launched last fall.
Okay, so there you go. Now, exclusive. Hester Pierce does not support crypto bailouts, says market crash reveals true innovators. Well, I agree with Hester Pierce. Nobody should be bailed out, including Wall Street in the 2008 financial crisis, because it does nothing but distort markets. They should have let all of those people fail. Oh no, the whole financial system's going to collapse. Well, so be it. If the whole financial system collapsed, if they had let them collapse and let there be winners and losers through actual capitalism, wouldn't we be, and then they had not proceeded to print money for the next 15 years, wouldn't we be, by now, we would be coming out of it in a much better situation than we are now. Now we're in a disaster scenario. So yeah, there shouldn't be crypto bailouts, but there shouldn't be Wall Street bailouts either. Now check this out, Stansberry Research. Investment managers haven't been this scared since 9/11. Specifically, fund managers are now holding more cash than they have in decades. It's more than they held at the COVID-19 bottom or during the global financial crisis. I think there's a lot of good reasons to be scared. Eleanor Terrett, what are we waiting for in the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit? 2 things. 1, Judge Natburn's decision on whether Hinman emails and docs fall under attorney-client privilege. 2, Judge Torres' decision on the SEC's motion to seal its opposition to John Deaton's request to file an amicus brief on the agency's expert witness Patrick Doody. John tells me both decisions are imminent and could be made by the end of the week. And then we've got this. The SEC is congratulating Jamie Lazariga and Mark Udea on their successful Senate confirmations to serve as commissioners. I will not hold my breath as to whether these 2 people are going to come in and do the right thing, because I haven't seen anybody at the SEC do the right thing yet. Check out this clip. This is recently from Jim Rickards. He's talking about CBDCs and how he thinks once the central banks have CBDCs, that they're going to get rid of cash so that they can use them as a control mechanism.
But I think that was world money. They can print it. A lot of people don't realize, I'm enough of a geek, I've actually read the Articles of Association of the IMF, including the provisions related to SDRs. Well, not everyone, but people know in general they can issue it to the members. So 189 members of the IMF, they all get their share. But they get shares pro rata based on their capital contributions, which means the United States gets the biggest share of a new issue of SDR. This is printed money. This is printed world money is what it is. The U.S. gets the biggest share. Query if we actually need it versus countries in Africa, they get a tiny little sliver. So they have secondary market trading. One of the interesting things they did issue recently in Russia got a decent sized share, and everyone's like, "Well, we hate Russia." We said, "Well, sorry, they're IMF members, and they got their bit." Look, this has got a lot of momentum. It feels like 2 or 3 years, because once the central bank digital currencies come on, I mean, you can't get rid of something until you have a replacement.
Yeah, sure.
And so once the central bank digital currencies come on stream, we're close. Some of them are already out, and we're close on others. And the more people have iPhones than bank accounts, but you won't need a bank account because you'll have your smartphone. Yeah. And so you got 2 steps. Number 1, get everybody in the world a smartphone. We're pretty close to that. Yeah. And number 2, get the central bank digital currencies rolled out. We're close to that. When those 2 things are done, they'll eliminate cash.
They will eliminate cash. Now, I forgot to cover this the other day, but Lotus Cars are launching NFTs. We've partnered with industry expert NFT Pro and Ripple to create exclusive community of automotive enthusiasts, collectors, and crypto fans. Well, if Lotus, shout out to Lotus Cars. If you do anything with the Back to the Future car, I would like to help promote that NFT. So let me know, because I'm a big Back to the Future fan. That's my generation. And also, RippleX, the new XRPL community job board, collects opportunities across multiple companies, from developers, analysts, engineers, designers, and more. There's something for everyone. You know what I've always found interesting here is we always hear about developers and engineers and all of this. What about salespeople? Salespeople are some of the most important people in any organization. I don't ever see any of these guys hiring salespeople. I guess they've got the build it and they will come philosophy, but man, I've seen a lot go on out here in crypto over the years, and sales is one of the most important functions there is. I always wonder why that you don't ever see. I guess we see Ripple hiring a lot of sales and business development people. Anyway, I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that RippleX is hiring, or on the XRPL, is that XPRL? No, I think they did it wrong. XRPL